Hello. So it has been a little bit. I say that, but there should have been a video up before this one. Possibly like two. But yeah, I was going really hard at the whole YouTube thing. Doing like, well, I guess the shorts weren't daily, were they? They were like every 2 to 3 days. I don't know, I did daily Pokemon ones before, but when I came back with the Dragon Ball stuff, I was doing them every like 2 and 3 days. And then I did a video every week. And I think I sometimes did like two a week occasionally. How the hell do you play this game again? Oh, is it button mashing? That's a terrible thing for the video I'm trying to do. No, that's fine, that's fine. But yeah, and then I just kind of stopped for a while and vanished for like 7 months. No, not 7 months, like five, something like that. And I didn't finish like the things I was working on. I just completely stopped. That was basically just because I wasn't enjoying it anymore. And I don't think you should really force yourself to do things that are not fun, especially when they're like hobbies, right? If it's just a hobby you have and you're sitting there forcing yourself to work on it every week to the point that like it's taken away time that you would be like resting or working on other stuff that you want to do. I think at that point it ends up being very crippling, because I do like the idea of working hard at something and like growing something from, the ground up. And stuff like that is why I always come back to like YouTube or streaming or something like that in some form. It's because I do like it. And I like being creative, and I like having an excuse to like play certain games or make certain videos that I wouldn't have a reason to do otherwise. So I always kind of gravitate back, but I end up falling into the same kind of cycles with it, where it's like, okay, I'm enjoying this thing, and then something starts like working, or it seems like, oh, I should continue down this path because it's working well. And then I end up doing it, and then after a while I'm like, damn, I'm really bored of this. I don't want to do it anymore. Now it feels very much like I am forcing myself to do this thing that I really don't want to do, and it's like, that's not fun. That's what happened with the Pokemon shorts, because the Pokemon shorts were like very successful. I was surprised how good they did. They did between like 5 to 10,000 views like every time, which is why the channel has gotten a million. Is mostly a million views is mostly because of the shorts. But just because something is working, I think there's a certain point where you need to kind of look at the whole thing, and you need to go, okay, is the amount of effort that I am putting into this proportionate to what I am getting out of it, right? Whether that's like, that can be a lot of different things. That can be like a job that you're getting paid for, that you're putting a certain amount of work for, and then you're getting money from it, so it's worth the exchange. Or it can be like, any, oop, I hit my thing. Or it can be like anything else, right? Something that, and for a hobby, it's like, okay, am I getting something equal out of this that what I am putting into it? And the answer for what I was doing on YouTube before was no. Not at all. I know that it was like working out well, and like the channel's almost at 1,500, and like it was definitely working, and if I continued to do it, it probably would have, kept going, and I could have hit a bunch of cool kind of milestones. So I do think I was getting something out of it, but it was not equal to the amount of work that I felt that I was putting in. And that's not saying that, oh, I should have gotten more views or whatever. No, because even though I was happy with the videos I was making, oh, how did I drown? Even though I was happy with the videos I was making, and I still like look back on them fondly, I don't think they're bad, but I do think that I did not enjoy like making them as much as I probably should. It felt like a chore, kind of. Every week, like on my days off, I would just be like, okay, I gotta put all this effort into recording this, and then I have to edit it and blah blah blah, and then oh yeah, I did do 2 videos a week because I did the whatever, the Tenkaichi one. Yeah, I never finished that. I don't know if I will. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, basically I just stopped because I wasn't enjoying it, and that's kind of the struggle. There's always the struggle between what I believe I should do in my mind versus what I actually want to do, and I end up not trusting what I actually want to do a lot of the time, and then that ends up giving me hobbies that I don't enjoy a lot of the time, or that end up get ruined like over time. But that's to say that yeah, I do want to do more on here, and I will be around a lot more consistently. It won't be on any sort of schedule though, because that's another thing I struggle with. Like, keeping to a schedule is so tiring. It just actually is. Like, it's so much unnecessary stress. When again, the payoff it's just not worth it to me. Like, maybe for some people maybe it would be, and it's like I do want to grow the channel. Like I'm human, you know. I like seeing big number grow bigger. Like, I think everybody likes that. It's just dopamine to the head. But like, I don't have the patience for it to really care about it enough. And that kind of leads me to what I'm gonna be doing coming back, because I originally I'm trying to even think like when I first did well, yeah, I guess we can just start at the beginning, right? So when I first started the YouTube, it was under a different name. It was Side of Fiction, which used to be the blog that I had, and I still have it because I don't want to lose the domain, and I wanted to post things on there more, but I don't know. I don't have the patience to do it as often as I did. That was another kind of thing that I feel like I just moved on past. But after I did that and I started like the whole Jarvis thing, I started streaming. Well, I streamed before Jarvis, but you know, I think I started the YouTube and I switched it over after I had been streaming more, but I don't think I ever did anything with it. I think I don't even remember what the first video I ever uploaded was on here. I think I tried to be Pokemon, like it was a Pokemon channel originally, because I had it in my head that I really needed to pick like one thing to hone in on and just focus on and only do that if I wanted to like be successful. And I still think that's true. I think if you're starting a channel and you want to be successful, I do think you need to just pick a niche, and then you need to just like hyper fixate and focus on that niche, because that's how YouTube is now. Like, the days of variety channels growing is basically dead. Like, you can have a variety channel, but you need to kind of already be one. You can't just like grow from it. It doesn't really work that way anymore. I'm sure in rare cases it does, but like, you're not guaranteeing yourself like good odds if you do that. And I had always convinced myself that like, if I wasn't doing things quote unquote the correct way, then that must mean I was doing it the wrong way, right? When I actually should have just been doing it the way that I wanted to do. So I started with the Pokemon channel, and then, which is a great game, by the way. 10 out of 10 game, actually. But I started with the Pokemon channel, and then I eventually fell like bored of that because it was just so much work to like play the same series over and over. Like, I don't know how people do that. Like, I want to play different types of games. I want to do different things. I can't be confined to one thing. And I know that the massive paycheck that people who are like solo channels that are big definitely helps them, you know, continue to do it even when they get bored. But like, as somebody who, you know, has another job, like, in like a job that isn't this, I cannot be bothered to do that and then also make myself do something else I don't really want to do. It's not, I don't have the patience for it. I'm already not the most patient person in the world, so I don't have the energy for that. I really just don't. And then after Pokemon, I came back and I did do variety stuff for a little bit. I did the randomized, wow, one. What is this? This has to be like literal garbage. Yeah, it's literal garbage. I came back with variety because I did, I was doing more like Let's Play style things, which is kind of what I always wanted to do. That's oh, I need to get bait. That's a whole nother like part I'll talk about soon, but I'm much more stuck in like 10 years ago YouTube. That's where my headspace is, and that's what I enjoy a lot more. That's what I enjoy a lot more, and I have always struggled with the fact that like that era of YouTube is like largely dead, or at least much less apparent than it once was. And I sit there and again thinking that I'm like can't do that. I kind of convince myself like, oh, I have to do other thing instead, right? How do I put bait on this again? There we go. I kind of convince myself like, oh, I need to do this other thing instead. I can't do it the way that I want to do it because that's not correct, right? But then I did that for a while. I did more Pokemon because I love Pokemon, and then I did like, I think Pandora's Tower and Fire Emblem were the two things I did. Which I love that Fire Emblem randomizer series. It was so good. I remember briefly I was like thinking about committing to Fire Emblem and I didn't want to do it, so I didn't finish the series. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna commit to this instead. And then I didn't. And then I was playing Spark and Zero a lot, and I made a video for that kind of popped off relatively. And then that one, and I was like, oh, maybe I can just do Spark and Zero. And that's kind of what happened. That's when it turned into like, I think my mic peaked right there, which I didn't think it was able to do, but I don't know. I had to mess with my settings a lot the other day. But that it was never supposed to be a Dragon Ball channel, but then that's kind of what it turned into. And I did enjoy that for a while. I was not like disliking that as fast as Pokemon. I think it was because there was just a lot more variety to like what I was doing. I was playing a lot of different types of games and just lots of stuff. In none of that I ever streamed though, and I did mess around with the idea of streaming, but I kind of realized last night, it's last night as of doing this, I don't know when the video will go up, but I did a horror game with Claire, which I think, I don't remember if she's been on the channel or not, but she's been my best friend for years, and she's was doing horror stuff with me, and we were gonna stream it, and then there was just a lot of technical difficulties and a lot of issues, and then like we were gonna start the stream, and as it was starting and more issues were happening and stuff, I came to the conclusion, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, man, I really hate streaming. Like, I absolutely hate this. Like, I have been going back and forth on that for so long. of whether or not I wanted to do it, because I have a lot of good memories with it. But like the act of doing it now, even if it's not by myself, just seems like such a chore. Like it really does. Like when I was sitting there looking at the chat, right? And I think most people when they stream, they're going to be like, "Oh man, I really hope I get some viewers to talk to." And then me, I'm just sitting there like, "Man, I hope nobody joins because I really don't feel like talking to someone right now." You know, says the guy recording a video with another person, but like I'm like I really don't want to socialize in this way right now. And that was when I realized how different my mood was then compared to when we did the video. And it kind of just made me fully accept, like, I really hate streaming. I just don't like it. I am not a super sociable person. I'm not like rude, but like I'm not like I don't gain my batteries back from social interactions. I just don't. It's not how I function. So it always feels like a chore. And like the added stress of always having to like be on point. Like I can't cut something out if I have to step away for a second, or I can't like just chill. It's a level of stress that I just don't like. And not only that, I don't even consume streams. I don't watch any streams. Like, I watch videos all the time. I literally think I have watched YouTube daily for like 9 years. Like, I don't think there's been a day of my life that has went by that I haven't watched like at least 3 or so videos from like people in 9 years. Like, I watch videos all the time, but I never watch streams. Videos on YouTube are like my main form of entertainment. And I've never, I just don't watch streams. I just don't do it. And, you know, I realize that it's just not for me, right? And that's fine. Like, yeah, is it the smarter way to grow a channel? Yes. Like, the best way you can do it, you pick a niche, you stream, then turn the streams into videos, and you make shorts. You do that, you stick to that, you work hard on that, you're probably gonna grow. Like it, you know, it's luck to an extent, but like if you stick to those things, you will probably grow. And I do not have the patience or the willpower or the desire or the energy to do that. And that's something I've known for a long time, but I just, you know, kept trying to fight it. But I recently was like, who cares? Right? Who cares if I don't have the energy for that? If I don't really care that much about like growing, like I would like to, but it's like I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Like I'm not gonna be like, damn, if this channel doesn't grow, I'm gonna never be able to sleep again. Like I won't be able to live with myself. No, like I don't care that much. Like I just want it to be fun. That's all I've ever wanted, is I just want a fun outlet. And every time I get one of those, I end up not trusting what I'm doing, and then I end up molding it into something that I don't enjoy as much. And that is a problem for everything. It's just the way I work. But recently, I've just realized, like, I really want to do YouTube. I don't want to stop doing it. I enjoy it. So I'm going to come back. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to do it exactly the way that I want it. It is going to be the way that I want it 100%. I'm not going to say no compromise, because compromise is good. You shouldn't, like, be so firm in everything, because then you never let yourself grow. So I'm not going to say no compromise. There will be compromise. But I'm going to do it the way that I want it. Which is going to mean variety stuff. I cannot stick to one series. I cannot do it. There will be things that show up more because I like certain things more. but I will not just stick to one thing. I can't do it. It is not for me. It's not fun. I can't do it. I won't do it. The other thing it means, which I think it probably could have been gathered from what I said earlier, I will not stream. I just won't do it. It's not happening. I don't want to do it. I have no desire to do it. I just don't want to. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. I don't think the payoff is worth it for me. I'm very thankful to streaming, and it has given me a lot in my life, and I'm so thankful to it. I just don't like it though. I just don't like the action of doing it. So what it means moving forward, variety, whatever I really want to make. It's gonna still be a lot of games. It may occasionally not be games. It will be, you know, I'll do stuff with other people, probably more. Probably mostly we'll have the model for all of them. Occasionally, if I don't feel like doing it, maybe I won't have the model, but like I want the model around because it's me, you know, it feels like me. I've been Jarvis for years now, you know. It's as natural as my actual name to be called that now, I'm not gonna lie. On the brief occasion I hear that out in the wild, I look over because I'm so used to it at this point. But so yeah, variety, model, no streaming, mostly games. Will occasionally probably be other stuff. I've thought about the idea of like doing more stuff like this, where any idea that I have for the blog, I just kind of bring over in video format, where I just kind of play a casual game in the background and just kind of talk about stuff, and maybe have like, you know, people on for that, because I have interest in other things. That's, I think, the big takeaway. When we watch channels that only do one type of thing, I think it can get very... Oh wow, the music just kicked up, that's crazy. I think it can be very easy to just think that like, oh, they only like this thing. Like that Pokemon guy, he must only play Pokemon. And it's like, no. I have tons of interest. I love Pokemon. Pokemon isn't even in my top 10 favorite games though. Like... I love Dragon Ball. It's not my favorite anime. It's not even close. You know what I mean? It's like I like these things, and these things mean a lot to me. Like, Pokemon and Dragon Ball are two very important series to me. They have done a lot for me in my life, and I do cherish them both, but they're not like the only parts that I'm interested in anything. And that's why, like, you know, it will mostly be games, but it will occasionally be other stuff. I'll mess around with the idea of like exactly how to do it, but it will probably be in a similar format to this because I don't like scripting things. I'm not good at reading scripts, I'm really not. I'd rather just, you know, freeform it, just go for it. In a very similar way this is. I don't know if you can tell this isn't scripted, but this definitely isn't scripted, not one bit. But yeah, that's kind of what's gonna be going. I just scared myself. And I broke my neck. But yeah, that's kind of what's gonna happen moving forward. So it will be variety, whatever I want, no streaming. Mix of stuff, possibly more casual things. I don't know. That's basically what I'm saying. I don't know. It won't change that much probably because I still like doing most of the same stuff, but it will be different, and I don't really know everything that's gonna happen. But I'm gonna do whatever I want, and what I want is not streaming, so there won't be streaming, but everything else I'll do whatever I want. And because of this, if there's ever a time for like any game recommendations or something, you know, let me know. I'll play them. I think it's hard because, again, you want to succeed. I think we just have a natural desire to want to succeed, especially me, someone who has a god awful crippling fear of failure. So I obviously want to succeed really bad. It is literally hardwired into my brain not to want to fail. But I think success is different for different people, and it always takes different forms. And for me, it is not like the traditional success. It is, you know, feeling fulfilled, and I can't feel fulfilled the way that I was doing things before. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the point I was trying to make with that. I'm sorry. Oh no, I was saying I I expect that any growth the channel had, or any like momentum, is completely dead. I don't expect a soul to see this video. But you know, maybe one day someone will see it, and it'll point back to like, oh, that all changed, you know. I'm making it for me, basically. I'm making it for me as a reset. But if anybody is, you know, still around from the other stuff, either the Pokemon, Dragon Ball, or whatever, you know, tell me something you want me to do and I'll probably do it. That's basically all I'm trying to say. I'm not like gonna, when I say do whatever I want, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna listen to other people. It just means I'm not gonna listen to the part of me that is suppressing the things that I want, because that part is a jackass.